Hello, I want to show you how to create a stunning and very attractive product image. For those of you who sell as an online seller, you know that image is everything. That is what catches and grabs the attention of your customers. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to be using quite a number of tools. So I'm going to be using Canva for the design. And the Canva, you don't have to have a premium account, right? For this video, I'm going to be using a free account. So I'm going to load that up and then we can start. Okay, so Canva is all loaded up now and we are going to search to create. We're going to create a design and then we would say that we want a social media design and then we will say we want Instagram and then we would click on the Instagram square, right? Which is there about this. This is a square. So, and this is also a square. So let's choose this. So Canva is loading up. Yes, and we are here. So once we are about to start, for starters, you should create your brand colors or have specific brand colors that meet your brand. So in this case, I want to start with making my background blue, right? Once I've done that, you can see how I did that. I came to the color and picked the brand color. And even if you don't have brand colors, you could just come and select any of those colors there. But if let's say any of the colors here, probably you have specific shade of color, it's not here. You can just come to this place and click add a color and then you can set the exact, you can see these codes over there, they are called X codes. So you can then select specific code, add them to, or fine tune and move it around to get your own perfect color shade. And you see that as I'm moving it around, the code is changing, you can see, right? So yeah, that's how to do that. So I'll be reverting back to my default brown color. And then the next thing I need is an image. So I'll be using freepik.com for image sourcing. Freepik.com allows you to source images, even AI generated images and the likes. So this time around, I want to sort a t-shirt image. I want to sort a t-shirt image. So there are premium images and then there are free images. In this case, I'm going to be sorting a free image. I think this one will work. This one will work for us, right? So I'm going to be sorting a free image picture because this is a free image picture. And then I'll be clicking on download, right? I will be choosing a very high quality res of about 1.2 megabytes and I click download. So that downloads. Then the next thing is I want to remove the background of that image. So I'm going to be using remove.bg. Remove.bg is a tool that helps to remove backgrounds. I will be uploading that image into the remove.bg. So the image just takes a few while for it to come up. So yeah, the image has come up and it has been, the background has been removed. Now for remove.bg, right? I think it is also connected to Canva and you can download. But if you want to download a very high resolution of remove.pg, you would need to pay for that, right? So we're just going to be downloading the free version for this. So we've downloaded that, and then we would go to Canva back to our design. We'll click on the upload, and we would upload that image. You know, we just remove the background. So we've already done that. So what do we need to do next? Now, we need to find an element, right? We need to find an element. So that element is going to be this. We will find this element and use the shape, and we want it to be a big centered around here, okay? And then we're going to be making it black. We're going to be making this white. So find white. Then the next thing is I'm going to be bringing that image I sourced earlier. I'm going to be dropping it here. I'm going to be dropping it here. I could make it just a bit, yeah, yeah. Then I'm going to be grouping these two by just, over it and then clicking group. So I've then made it one image. So you can see now your t-shirt and this background is now one single image, right? And then we can then move it and move it like this. I think this works. But quickly, I also want to do something. I'm going to ungroup quick shortly. I need to add some form of effect to this image. And so I'm going to come here to shadows. I'm going to test out the shadows. You can see the curved shadow. You can see this. You can see this. You can see this, right? That's no type of shadow I want to use. Thinking I want to use some of the blue shadow. The size of it should be big. Should be amount of the shadow. The blur. You know. So let's find the perfect shadow. Distance, angle. Okay, draw amount. Yeah. Okay. So I think that works. That works. So it sort of gives it an effect that it's on the background, right? And then this guy, we're gonna give that background a bit of a blur effect. Okay, the white background now. So selected the white background. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the white background is selected. So I think that we will not need any background for this, any blurry, right? But I do think that I want it to have some form of um, mystery to it. So I'm going to be duplicating this. When I duplicate it, I'm going to be positioning it. I'm going to clicking on the layer. I'm going to be bringing it here, right? And then I'm going to be changing its color to gray black, and then I'm going to be giving it some transparency, about 10% transparency or 5. Let me see that. Yes. So I'm going to be setting it up to fit perfectly back into the alignment. to more like yes, it's perfect now. You can see. So now having done that, I will then group the three components now, and then they are one single image. All right. So the next thing I would then be doing is sort of creating a price um, tag for it, and I'm gonna come here, select on the elements again, and then I will choose this, the square one. I will then choose this, and I will put it here. Now I want the pricing to, yes, I want it to rise off this board and rest on this background. And so that's why I have this, right? Then I want to ensure that the color is a color that pops, that gives me the effect and still blends with the theme of what we're doing. So I'm going to be using black. Now I would then be setting the pricing. Um, so I can write into this and I can just put NGN. This is 25,000, right? And then I can select it whole, and that is on my, if you're using a Mac, is Command A, and if you're using a laptop, a Windows laptop, is Control A, or your phone, you can just highlight everything, and then I'll increase the font, right? I'll increase the font here, yes, and then I'll make it a bit bold, and then I want to be sure this is the font I want to use. I want to use this font, yeah, or this. I want something that sort of, you know, that sort of speaks to the existing. Yes, this works. This works. Yes, exactly. So now I have created my um I've created my design. It has a background, the shirt is there, it has a layering, it has a pricing, and we're good. This is quite simple, and you yourself can get it done. And I think we took about 10, 12 minutes to get this done. So, yeah. And the next thing is you simply just click here and then you download your file and you can upload to your e-commerce platform or your wherever you sell, right? I also want to say that Vant Storefront is the best place for you to sell your product online, and you can access Vant Storefront via the website or the mobile app www.vantapp.com, and or you can download Vant Business on Google Play Store or Apple Store. Thank you.